What's going on YouTube? This is Sam from Team Xanrex here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with the top 5 best structure decks of all time. And by buying 3 copies of one of the 5 structure decks I'm about to showcase you guys, you can have a ready-to-go competitive deck. So for those of you who are new to the game and for those of you who are budget players, this video is the video for you. And today guys, I have a special guest. This person, you know what, I actually have to fly to this place to get him on the camera. Anyways, welcome my dad. Yo, Dad?
What's going on, man?
Alex, you know what? You guys all know this is Alex Simo, you know, one of the top rising stars of YouTuber this year. Yo, Alex, how many subs you at?
82,000?
82,000?
Not as much as this guy. So.
Yo, he's catching up to me, man. Anyway, guys, today me and Alex will be talking to you guys about the top 5 best structure decks. Since we, you know, have a lot of budget players that are watching our videos,
absolutely,
it's really good to give them, you know, some advice on what are the top best structure decks that they can buy. 3 copies of each, right?
Yeah.
And guys, by the way, if you guys have not yet subscribed to Alex, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box below. Subscribe right now. We need to get into 100K ASAP. If you guys enjoy videos like these, and especially legendary collabs with Alex Simo, make sure you guys go down there and smash that 1,000 plus like button, guys. Listen, this video is not cheap. So without further ado, let's get started.
Starting with number 5.
Starting with number 5. Okay, number 5, I have to give it to the Machina Mayhem.
Yep, Machina Mayhem. Really solid deck. It's a very old deck, so first of all, you have to find it. But this is one of like the good, like, I think this is a good deck for getting your fundamentals because you have gadgets in it. You've got stuff like Machina Gear Frame, Machina Fortress, which is a nice, good boss monster. And you've got good staple cards like Dimensional Prison. You've got Compulse. I mean, it's just a really solid deck all around. I mean, people have topped events just using 3 of these decks and a couple other cards. So even though meta relevant right now, not the best, but if you're teaching someone new, I think it's good for fundamentals. Red gets yellow, yellow gets green, green gets red. You never forget.
I actually forgot that. I actually forgot. Like, we believe that if you buy 3 copies of the Machina structure deck, you literally have like a solid competitive machine deck you guys can actually take to your locals. But the only thing that you said, it's actually hard to find a structure deck.
It is, because it's very old.
It's very old, and you know, cards like back in the day, like Dimensional Prison.
Dimensional Prison, you still get wrecked by Dimensional Prison today. Really Fortress is legit. That card's terrifying.
Yeah, and it's also like a really big boss monster from the structure deck, so you don't even need any cards in the extra deck.
And it's free.
And it's free. And
Summon it.
Summon it, just drop it on the board. Drop it on the board.
Number 4 is going to be the Realm of Light structure deck, the Lightsworn structure deck for anyone who's not familiar with the title. And yeah, I hear Judgment Dragon's a pretty good card.
Judgment Dragon, you summon it while you have 4 or more different named Lightsworn's monster in your graveyard. And what happens, Alex, when you bring a Judgment Dragon?
Yeah, blow shit up. Blow shit up.
Structure deck is the introduction of Raiden, right?
Raiden, correct.
So, Raiden is in the structure deck. Raiden is a monster that when you summon itself, you're able to build 2 cards at the top of your deck.
It's a tuner, which is very relevant for Michael.
Level 4 tuner, guys.
Yep. And you really have all the light swords, which is what's so cool, because JD requires you to have, what is it, 7 different names?
What?
4 different names? I forgot! 4 different names! 4 names. Hey,
you said 7. You said 7. That card is 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense.
Nuke the board.
Nuke the entire board.
You can use it as many times in a turn as you want.
By paying 1,000 life points.
So as long as you have life points.
You can literally wreck your opponent. And the really good thing about this fact is that it doesn't have a restriction clause. So if you have multiple copies of Judgment Dragon in your hand, you can drop all 3 on the field and just attack with 9,000 damage on the board. You just swipe your opponent like this. Light Swords can actually be pretty competitive.
Yeah, Light Swords are still competitive.
So it's still really competitive because, you know, milling is actually a thing.
It is. 60 card.
60 card is still a thing.
Obviously, it's not going to be the structure decks, but it gives you a good basis for understanding how Light Swords work.
Right. How
busted JD is, especially if you can imagine back in the day.
Right.
So, yeah,
and
really
also,
good card.
And it also, in that structure deck as well, it also comes with Michael, which is the extra deck monster. So you don't really need a lot of extra deck monsters to play at all because the deck already.
Michael's actually insane.
Yeah, it's broken. You know, you get 1,000 life points too.
Banish.
Banish any card on the board.
Banish a card.
Pretty broken.
Seems pretty good.
You know what I mean?
And speaking of boss monsters, getting on to number 3, you like that transition?
Oh my god. Okay, guys, you know sometimes I ramble too much, but Alex is here to help me. You know,
that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Number 3, Alex. What's number 3? What's number 3?
What's number 3?
You tell me, bro.
Number 3, ABC.
ABC. It's easy as
1, 2, 3.
Yo, smash that thumbs up button right now. Take it away, man.
Okay, I'll take it away. So, ABC, I feel like, or the Seto Kaiba structure deck, this is relatively new, and these were actually very difficult to find because it was the only way to get the ABC cards, but this monster in Dragon Buster...
ABC Dragon Buster.
I actually had a nephew who wanted to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's like, what deck should I get? And I'm like, here you go, 3 Kaiba decks, because now you have one of the craziest boss monsters ever printed in this game. And it's just, and you have one of those broken field spells too.
Yeah,
Union Hanger.
You guys know what Union Hanger does?
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It's pretty good.
No, but ABC Dragon Buster is at 180 OCG for a reason.
Yeah.
That card is just,
Dragon Buster is just insane. The thing is, like, most of these structure decks revolve around a boss monster, so to speak. And the thing is, most of the time your opponent's going to have a way to remove that boss monster. But guess what? Dragon Buster, you tag out, and guess what? You can make more Dragon Busters next turn. So you have a way that has this built-in immunity to being removed, whereas stuff like, you know, Judgment Dragon, if it gets wiped, then, I mean,
gone.
You're gone. Yeah,
correct.
So the fact that you have a boss monster that can banish cards on the field and tag out, and it's nuts.
Yeah, so you can always like discard 1 card, manage a card on the board, and then you also at the same time send your pieces to the graveyard. So when you bring out more pieces, you have more pieces in the grave, so you can make multiple Dragon Busters.
Yeah, like I always recommend people, even if you're getting into like budget competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, like if you're trying to play like at a regional or something, ABC is always like a great go-to object to a good solid like tier 1, tier 2 competitor, and it's going to be amazing.
Correct, and like some of the cards that you guys can actually consider picking up for the ABC structure deck if you guys want to play the deck even more competitively, other than buying 3 budget decks, are cards like Decode Talker, cards like Cleat4 Genius,
Gold Gadgets, Silver Gadgets, Extend Your Plays, Photon Thrasher.
And all these cards are like very easily accessible, right?
Oh yeah, they're all super cheap relatively. Yeah. Right. You don't need anything crazy to make the deck good.
Facts. That's so true. Yeah. And what else? Like, what are the other Link monsters that you need to incorporate in the deck? Genius. No, just Decode, right?
It's really just Decode and Genius. I mean,
and Proxy Dragon. That's all you really need to actually make the deck.
That's really it.
Yeah. So ABC.
And a bunch of rank 4s, which a lot of rank 4s are cheap now.
Yeah, so cards like Tsukiyomi, cards like Direwolf, Castel, all those cards are really easily accessible. So if you guys definitely want to build a very strong competitive deck by just adding the extra cards in, like, you know, that are outside from the structure deck, I really believe that ABC has to be like one of the top decks right now. So 100%.
But there are 2 better decks that we have on our list.
There are 2 better decks.
See, I'm on the transition game right now.
Alex is so good with the transition game. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna introduce this deck because this deck has to be one of my favorite decks right now on the channel. Is the Dino Smasher Fury structure deck.
Ultimate Conductor Tyranno.
You guys know how good Ultimate Conductor Tyranno does. Like,
how good is Ultimate Conductor Tyranno?
Yo, how good? It's so good. So good. I'm telling you right now, this card puts BLS to shame.
Yeah.
It puts every other boss.
It's Power Crept BLS. Like, it really is.
Guys, you know what? I actually just really want to make a video called How Good is Ultimate Conductor Tyranno?
And not to mention, you have Oviraptor in that deck as well, which is like, that card can put Stratos to shame sometimes, in all honesty.
Oh my god, that Oviraptor,
Miscellaneousaurus, even though it's at 1, it's still amazing.
It's a cold wave.
You have Fossil Dig, which comes in the deck, which is a search anything in your deck outside of Conductor Tyranno. But you just get Oviraptor, which gets you Conductor Tyranno, so it doesn't matter. Like, the consistency that this deck has isn't in period. And so the fact that you get that in the deck, like this is another deck that can be like over MSRP sometimes because it's that good. But if you can find them for a bargain, definitely swipe them up, get one of your friends to play. It's an incredible deck. And you will actually lose to this deck because Conductor Tyranno is that good of a card.
It's that broken. And
what I think I love so much about the Dinosaur deck is you barely need an extra deck, if at all.
You're right.
And that's something that not a lot of these decks have, because like ABC, you need an extra deck. Like, obviously you have Buster, but like you want other cards to supplement it. This deck you can play without an extra deck. Sure, if you have Logia and Dolka, it's nice, but you don't need them because Conductor Tyranno is the best
card ever. That's why. He puts every monster in his game, Alex.
I mean,
yeah, he's so good.
It does, but...
And for those of you who do not know what Ultimate Conductor Tyranno does, Alex, what do? You banish 2 dinosaurs?
So, you banish 2 dinosaurs. It's a 3,500 body. It can attack all monsters your opponent controls once. You have an effect that you can pop another monster to flip, or on the field.
On the field.
To flip all of your opponent's monsters face down, and then if he attacks a defense position monster, you send it to the grave.
Not destroy.
Not destroy. You send it. And you take a stack.
You take $1,000. A stack each for every single monster it destroys.
1,000 damage.
1,000
damage. You said $1,000.
Oh, sorry.
I wish I got $1,000 every time I
If you guys invest in, like, you know, maybe $10, $15, you guys can actually add in cards like Double Evolution Pill.
Oh, sure.
Cards like Overtech Squatless, cards like Giant Rex if you guys don't want.
There is a deck that triumphs overall, that sits on the throne
because I believe that this deck will always be competitive. Like it can always be played in every meta, especially in any meta that relies on using the extra deck. This deck triumphs everything. And Alex, you know what? Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. The Darkness Emperor Monarch. What is it? You know what structure deck it is?
The Emperor of Darkness.
The Emperor of Darkness structure deck. This is the best structure deck, we believe, of all time. That was actually ever printed.
Yeah.
You got 3 Erebus.
You will have 3 Erebus. It only comes with 1, but if you buy 3, we're assuming 3.
You know,
3 Erebus, which basically answers any card in the game except Mask of Restrict.
It doesn't target.
It doesn't target. It spins any card back on the field, grave, or in hand.
Yes.
You have Aether, which is like one of the craziest cards ever printed.
Right.
Being able to special summon any Monarch from the deck.
Right.
Literally, the only thing this deck doesn't have is Kuraz.
Right.
And if you just get 3 Kuraz, like, you have a good, solid deck. There's a reason why these Monarch cards are on the ban list.
Because of how good the deck is. And also, with Aether being on the ban list, this deck is still playable because you have Erebus, which can always recycle back Aether from the graveyard. If you guys don't know what Erebus' effect is, that you can literally pitch any Monarch spawn trap card to the graveyard to add any Monarch monster from your graveyard back into your hand.
Monarchs also have the most busted draw spell I think maybe printed in this game, apart from like Painful Choice, but that's another discussion.
What is it called, Alex? Say it.
Pantheism of the Monarchs.
You draw 2 cards, and what's the secondary effect?
You get to banish it, look at 3 cards in your deck, your opponent picks 1, but if they're all the same one, you get to basically add a card to your hand for free. So it's not only a Destiny draw, but you get to get a card for free off of it as well. There's a reason that's on the list too.
Yes, and you also have the Monarch Stormforth.
Oh yeah.
If you guys don't know what if you guys are original fans of the Yu-Gi-Oh series, you guys know what Soul Exchange does.
Yeah, this is just Power Creep Soul Exchange.
Right.
And you have 3 of them.
And
even though it's at 1.
And it's searchable. And it's searchable.
And it's searchable.
And Idea can always recycle it back from the banish.
That's true.
That card is absolutely fantastic.
Another deck that doesn't rely on the extra deck in your field zone.
It's too good.
It's nasty.
And you also have in the deck the Monarch's Erupt. And what's the Monarch's Erupt, Alex? Just say it. What's the one card Erupts is like related to?
Skill Drain.
Skill Drain. The deck has a built-in Skill Drain, which says that non-tribute monsters on the board has their effects negated.
Yep.
So that entire deck, literally, if you buy 3 copies and maybe just throw in, 1 or 2 Kuraz in the deck,
yep,
you literally have a very competitive deck in today's metagame.
Domain Monarch won the 2017 National Championship, and if you look at the deck list that won, it is not far removed from just buying 3 structure decks. Now, obviously, that was a year ago, but there's still hope, and it basically just goes to show the testament that this deck has left in just everyone's minds. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, so that's our recommendation, guys. For the #1 spot is the Monarch structure deck. You buy 3 of those, you have a very solid deck. And yeah, you know what? And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Any honorable mentions?
Any honorable mentions? 100% the new Darkness Lair structure deck.
Lair of Darkness. That's going to be the next buy 3 and win deck.
Always correcting me. Anyways, it was the Lair of Darkness structure deck?
Lair of Darkness.
Yeah, you buy 3 of that, I'm pretty sure you have a very solid deck. We have decks like Dark Worlds, which is actually
Dark Worlds is up there.
Yeah, Dark Worlds up there. You can buy, the 3 structure decks at
I'd say DDD's up there too.
Yeah, DDD's up there too, guys. Heroes is on there as well.
I'd say Heroes are pretty good. Dark Law is a good card.
Dark Law, he's the law, man. He's the law.
The long arm of the law.
Right. And another thing that I actually recommend, for our #2 spot is when I'm talking about dinosaurs. Currently, so far, if you guys want to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh right now, at the moment,
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs is the best structure deck to play. But you need to, obviously invest in maybe $20 at most to get cards like, from the extra deck, cards like Double Evolution Pill, cards like Coatlas and things like that to actually help speed out the deck a little bit. So
Turbo out Ultimate Conductor Tyrant.
Right. That's what
seems fair.
That's what basically Double Evolution Pill does. So 100%, I'll recommend you guys picking up dinosaurs. This video, Alex, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, thanks so much for having me on the channel.
Oh yes, you know what, guys? Again, go down there right now and subscribe to Alex Simo because he's not plugging himself, so I gotta plug him for you. So I'll plug you, Alex. Anyways, make sure you guys subscribe to Alex. Please help him get to 100,000 subscribers so you can join the club with me right now. Bro, I'm kind of lonely, man. Like, when are you gonna get 100K, man?
Few months.
Give it a little few months.
Let's turbo it up, though.
Let's turbo it up right now. Go down and subscribe. If you guys enjoy more collabs like this, legendary collabs with Alex Simo, make sure you guys, what, Alex?
Smash that like button.
Smash the thumbs up button right now, guys. 1,000+ likes. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Sam and Alex Simo signing off. All right, guys.
Care.
Peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a keen with it, like no, this league business.